What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. Hope you're all doing very well. That guy just walked right over me. Let's talk about some single target builds on the PTR. This is 10.1 for the Enhancement Shaman. I have two builds that I've kind of looked at here a little bit, and one is a physical build and one is a fire build. Fire and ice. It does have some hailstorm stuff as well. Let's look at the tier set bonus, because this is the big thing that we want to talk about, and then we're going to apply it to a single target situation and kind of see how that works out, right? So, of course, Sundering increases your mastery by 24%. That just gives you damage across the board. Except for the physical build, it's just giving you more triggers on Storm Flurry, which is good. Not Storm Flurry, sorry, Stormbringer, which is great, but it's really applies more to the fire build or the ice build. Sundering increases your physical and fire damage by 30%, and your next 3 Chain Lightnings deal double damage and refund half the Maelstrom. This is kind of weird. When I was testing this, if you look at the damage of Chain Lightning, it's about 7,000 right now, nature damage. My Lightning Bolt is about 12.5. So if you double Chain Lightning, it does 14,000 damage. So it's better than my Lightning Bolt. So if I press Sundering, my next 3 Chain Lightnings are better in single target than my Lightning Bolt is. So it's kind of strange. It's like you should press Chain Lightning, not only because it's going to do more damage, but because it's going to refund half the Maelstrom. So it's a little strange. Like, obviously this is meant to be an AoE bonus, but technically you should press Chain Lightning over Lightning Bolt. Now, if you're running Ele Blast, which you should run in single target, it's kind of weird. Like, now you have a choice. Like, Ele Blast does 20,000 damage. Chain Lightning does 7,000. So even if you double Chain Lightning, it's only 14,000 damage. Ele Blast is way better. So, like, I don't really know what to do about this, and I would love to hear what you guys think. Is it worth pressing the Chain Lightning just to get the Maelstrom weapon stacks back, even though it's going to do less damage than Ele Blast, and just save your Ele Blast for when you're done doing the 3 Chain Lightnings? Or should you just forget about the Chain Lightning altogether and just do Ele Blast? And I really am kind of leaning more that way, because when you press Sundering, you get 24% more mastery, and your Ele Blast scales off of mastery, right? Really, really, really well. So, it's kind of strange for single target. I do think you should probably just stick with Ele Blast and forget about the bonuses that you're getting from Chain Lightning, but I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. Here's the fire build, kind of, that I've looked at for single target. So, yes, I have Crash Lightning, mostly because it's a filler button that does lightning damage, so it's going to scale off our mastery. We're getting 24% more mastery from when we press Sundering, so I think it's actually worth having Crash Lightning. It's good as a filler button as well, helps you generate Maelstrom weapon stacks. The rest of it is kind of stock standard for a single target build with an elemental flair to it. Elemental Spirits, of course, Primordial Wave to give us the haste, and to give us 10 stacks of Maelstrom weapon, which helps cool down your dogs. And then you have Ele Blast as your big spender. And then we have all the fire stuff to just buff our flame shock damage and obviously give us the hot hand procs. It's called Ashen Catalyst now. Or no, it's hot hand right there. There it is. So this is kind of the stock standard build that I would expect. We have a bit of an Ice Strike flair here with Hailstorm, because I think taking Fire Nova in single target is not worth it. I think it's better to have Hailstorm in general for the damage. I was just doing the build a second ago, and you can see Frost Shock damage is pretty good. So still looking pretty strong there. So here's what it looks like. I'll show you. We'll test it on this guy right here. No Infuri Totem. Maybe you're going to have to take it for your raid group. I don't know, but I'm not going to run it here just for this test. We're going to do dogs into Primordial Wave. And then we'll kind of get our haste buff going, and then we'll go into Sundering. Because, I mean, we could potentially just Sundering first. I guess we'll probably Sundering first. Let's do Sundering first just to get our buff rolling. Okay, here we go. Dogs into Sundering. Okay, into Primordial Wave. Here we go. Let me go current fight here. And then we're going. Oh, I messed that up so hard. I'm so sorry. Let me do this again. Let me start it again. I totally messed it up. Okay, here we go again. My apologies. From scratch. Here we go. Are we ready? It should be on current now. Yep, good to go. Here we go. Dogs, Sundering, Prime Wave, Lightning Bolt, and we're going. We have big fire damage and big physical damage. We'll get an Ice Strike in there. Now I'm just going to do Ele Blast. It's going to do the most amount of damage. I know my Chain Lightning's lit up, but it's just not worth spending the Maelstrom on it. It's really not. That's the bottom line. It's, yeah, I wish it was. But over LE Blast, no way. Now, once we're out of LE Blast charges, I think potentially if you have a Sundering go off there, you might want to use Chain Lightning instead of your Lightning Bolt. Definitely. So here comes our Sundering window. Here we go. Sundering, LE Blast. Big damage there. Now, we do have a Chain Lightning ready to go. I'm going to Primordial Wave into Chain Lightning just for now. And then we'll do a Lightning Bolt here to give us our haste buff. It's kind of weird. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of strange. Not really entirely sure what I think about it. But here we go. LE Blast, Hot Hand proc. We're going big here. Big fire damage. LE Blast again. We'll finish off with the Ice Strike there. Frost Shock. It's pretty standard. It's just kind of weird when you get to Sundering. I haven't pressed Chain Lightning yet. I haven't had really the need to or the opportunity to because we've had lots of other abilities. There we go. Another Hot Hand proc. Let's get a Sundering in here, and then we'll do big fire damage with Hot Hand. Look at that. 100k Lava Lash. Another 100k Lava Lash. Okay, really insane there. Now we'll go LE Blast into Dogs, into Prime Wave, into our Lightning Bolt. I don't really want to press Chain Lightning because I have better buttons to press. So it's really strange. I'm not entirely sure when you would fit in that Chain Lightning, but the rest of it looks fine. We're doing about 60k. Remember, my item level is 416. My weapons are only 408. Just remember those kinds of things. The damage seems fine to me. Maybe it's a little bit low, but again, just based on my items, that's kind of the way it is. But Ice Strike's there. Frost Shock doing almost 10% of our damage. Frost Shock really benefiting, I think, from the two-piece bonus, which is that in the Sundering window, your Frost Shock will do lots of damage because it benefits from your mastery, and you're obviously like triple dipping, right? It's getting the Ice Strike bonus as well as the Hailstorm bonus. It's really getting a lot of bonuses. So Frost Shock damage, kind of surprising there. Lava Lash obviously is really big. We had a 135k hit on there. LE Blast had a 243k hit. So I think you want to prioritize those buttons for the fire build. I don't know when you're ever going to use Chain Lightning in that particular build. It just doesn't seem to work. That's kind of my immediate take, is that there's a cool Chain Lightning buff. It does double damage for your Lightning Bolts, but you have Elemental Blast, so you don't really want to press it. Same with the physical build. Here's the build for the physical one, focusing more on Wind Fury damage, Doom Winds damage, and then we're getting Legacy of the Frost Witch, and we're taking Elemental Assault. I'm not going all the way down into Thorum's because I don't think you're going to need it. You're going to be pressing Elemental Blast more than you're pressing Lightning Bolt, so it's not actually worth it. And we do have Alpha Wolf down in the middle there as well. We do have our Wind Fury Totem. So no fire stuff. We're focusing just on the physical stuff for the most part, but we are still getting a little bit of extra damage from Frost Shock and Ice Strike. But again, this is mostly about pressing Storm Strike and benefiting from the physical side of the tier set bonus. That's what we're going to be getting here. Okay, so let's try this. Here we go. We do have DRE, so we might be proccing some Ascendants here. Hopefully we get lucky. We'll just have to see. We're going to go Dogs into Sundering into Doom Winds. Okay, Dogs, Sundering. Big physical damage here. Big physical damage. LE Blast. Physical damage. Another, let's do this into LE Blast. Okay. Huge damage out of the gates. Enormous damage right out of the gates. Oh, we got a proc. There we go. LE Blast. Get a reset. Wind Strike. There we go. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. I made a mistake there. That's okay. We got lucky. Dogs are up. Let's go. Wait for our LE Blast here. There we go. LE Blast resets our Storm Strike. Legacy of the Frost Witch is really, really cool because it keeps resetting our Storm Strike for us. Here comes Sundering against Sundering into an LE Blast. Big damage. Now we're trying to do big physical damage here. Okay. And we got Mastery, of course. So everything's kind of buffed here for this build, which is nice. We do have a Chain Lightning we could press here, but LE Blast is back, so we're going to press that instead. Again, I don't really know when you're going to benefit on the Chain Lightning, when you're going to use it. Like, it just feels like there's not really a time to use it. So kind of strange there. There's a proc on Ascendants. Boom, boom, boom. Doing big damage there. Our dogs are back. Let's press them. Hopefully they stay up for the Sundering buff. I might have made a mistake there. I should have probably held on to my dogs for a little bit. But here comes Doom Winds. Big damage. Or that was Sundering, sorry. Doom Winds is coming. Again, probably should have held for Doom Winds there. Bit of a mistake. Hopefully it's still going to be okay. We're still doing 60k. That's the same amount that we were doing in the other build. So it's actually very similar in terms of the damage output, which is cool. Wolves are up again. Our Doom Winds window is over, and there we go. That's about the build. We're going to settle down at 58k, but it's very similar in its damage to the other build, actually. Now, of course, you're dependent on Deeply Rooted Elements procs, and I know a lot of you guys hate the Deeply Rooted Elements procs. I understand, but I just wanted to make sure I showed you that I think the physical stuff is really, really buffed up because of the tier set bonus itself. Of course, your Mastery is going to increase your chance to proc Wind Fury, which is really good, and Stormbringer, so you can get more Storm Strikes. And look at the Storm Strike damage. 15% of our damage. Storm Strike main hand and offhand together is 15% of our damage. Pretty good. Ele Blast is still smoking because we have the Mastery bonus from the 2-piece, of course, but really Doom Winds is giving us huge Wind Fury damage here. Enormous Wind Fury damage, which is super cool to see, and Storm Strike's getting buffed. Really, really good. Again, I don't know when you're going to capitalize on the Chain Lightning damage in this single target setup. I think if you had a boss fight in the raid that has ads, then this is just gravy on top. You're obviously going to press Chain Lightning when you're in the ad phase. Like, think of Razagath when you go to the platforms and you have to kill ads. Of course, you're going to go Sundering into Chain Lightning at that point in time. So you have some flexibility, I guess, but it's not really beneficial for you, even though the Chain Lightning does double damage. It does more damage than Lightning Bolt. If you're running Ele Blast, you just don't have time to press it. So those are the two different builds, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I know the damage might seem a little bit low, potentially. It could just be because I'm not playing it right, or more than likely it's my item level is going to be a little bit low. Remember, your item level is just going to go up from here, right? When you get into 10.1, you're going to start getting item level like 424 gear and higher. You're going to get way better gear. So don't think that this is what it's going to look like. Your damage is only going to... This is like a baseline entry-level damage point, and it's going to go up from there. And then also what I really wanted to show you was the rotations. How do the rotations feel? How does the tier set bonus fit into that? I think it's pretty obvious that this tier set bonus just covers all the bases. You can almost do any build that you want. You could include a lot of Frost Shock damage if you want to. You could probably even try Fire Nova if you want to on single target. I don't think it's going to be as good, but this tier set bonus accommodates all of them because it just gives you flat mastery, and then the physical and fire damage really leans into both of these builds that I showcased today. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about Enhancement Shaman single target with the tier set bonus going into 10.1? Would love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.